Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about the secret weapon to success. But what is it? What is the secret weapon? Stay tuned for that. Not hesitate to like and subscribe on the way in, and let's get it to it. So, even though we already talked about the idea of what success is, the formula to success, which, if I recall you, is about success happen when action, yes, preparation time plus action times opportunity. This is that. Preparation plus action time opportunity. But also, so all on this idea, okay, you there is a ton of things that you need to do in order to be prepared and so on, and to be able to spot the opportunities and to act on them. Okay, that's fine. But that's the general formula to success. But actually, to get there, it takes time. It takes time to build the secret key behind all this formula, which is going to make this formula happen, which is momentum. Momentum is the very big difference between, it's not the difference between those who succeed and those who don't, there is people that look like when they are succeeding that things are just easy for them. And this perception of easy is momentum. So what is momentum? The momentum is going to be is going to be the thing that will help you move forward. And the more you move forward, the more effort you put in, the less effort it requires in order to keep going and keep moving forward and keep improving. So this is really like the snowball effect. At the beginning, you don't have momentum into what you're doing. The momentum is really what propels you forward. So at the beginning, you don't have this momentum. You don't have this element of flow that is going to help you moving forward. And so at the beginning, you need to give tremendous amount of effort in order to just make one step after another going forward. And so at the beginning, you don't have this momentum. But as you put in the work, as you have your habit, you are repeating them every day and so on, as you are moving forward, things become easier and easier and easier. And the reason is very simple, is because you are using the work you have done previously in order to do more things. And those things help you to move forward further and further and further, and also faster. Each thing that you have pulled, each work that you have putting is going to help you moving forward faster. And what is really interesting with momentum is once it's built, it requires very little to no effort to maintain. You still need a bit of effort, but once the momentum is running, even to increase it, it doesn't require that much effort. The real effort is actually at the beginning when you don't have the momentum. Once the momentum is going, things feel easy. And this is, I think, the main difference. There is 3 stages that make a difference between someone that is going to be unsuccessful, someone that is going to be successful, and someone that is going to be highly successful. And so the first one is the one that is going to give up at the beginning when the maximum amount of work is required in order to get the ball running and to start the momentum. And so those people just don't want to put the work in order to get the ball running. And they think it's too hard and so on, and so they give up. The second type of people are going to be the ones that are successful but not highly successful. And the reason is very simple. they are putting the work, they get the ball rolling and so on, and they start having this momentum. And once they have this momentum, they think, oh, I'm done. And so they are putting the very minimum requirement in terms of effort just to maintain this momentum. So they are simply just giving up on putting the work, and they just want to enjoy life and just really put the minimum amount of effort that is required in order to keep the thing going. But the issue with that is momentum is fragile. If something happens, it can break. And when it breaks, you will have to put the same amount of effort that you have put in initially in order to move forward. So that's why that's very difficult. And also, so if you have your momentum, this leads us to the third type of people, the people that are actually highly successful. What they are doing is, first, when they are putting tremendous amount of work at the beginning, and when the momentum is still here, they are still maintaining a very good amount of work. Maybe less than what they did at the beginning, but still a very good amount of work in order to keep the momentum growing. And so that's the first point that will make very big difference for people to actually move forward and really get it. But where it's going to be the explosive difference, it's when things happen, when obstacles come in your way. And so you have your momentum and suddenly something just drops this momentum for any reason. It can be anything. But suddenly the momentum drops. And where those kind of people are actually on top of everyone else is they know this time is the time that matter. And so when they are, as soon as they are becoming aware that the momentum they have built start drying out or just decreasing, they are ready to put much effort that they have ever done in their entire life in order to come back to the level of momentum they were just before, and as fast as possible, because they know this moment is a critical moment. And if you don't pay attention, every work that you've done until now will just go to waste. And so they know this time matter, and I need to put the work. So, and there is also another, so that's a side we talked about, okay, what is the momentum and so on. So, and there is another aspect I want to talk is, and you can see often during, because I myself see it as often, very often during sport events where there are athletes, and you can see there are some athletes that are able to really perform well, and some other that under pressure, there is some athletes that are very able to perform really well, and others that are struggling. And the reason is primarily about momentum, about baseline skill level. What I mean by that is those highly skillful players generally are able to compete at the highest level while being on their lower end of performance. What I mean by that is just doing things without much trying, they are able to compete with other players. And so you will say, okay, but why aren't they all the time at the maximum of their level? It's because they know they can't sustain it. So they need to rise their base level as high as possible so they can compete on a daily basis or in general. And so when the money time comes, when they need to reach their highest level, they have the energy to do so. And the issue with the other side of people, the people that are always trying hard, always not surfing the wave of momentum, just always trying hard. When it's money time, they are already running out of energy. This is as simply as that. And so your ability to putting the work, surf the wave of momentum with really relax and not much effort. And when the moment is in, when it is time to put the work and to destroy your opponent, you have the energy to do so. This is the best way. It comes down to what I said earlier. When the momentum, it's another way of seeing it. When the momentum is breaking for any reason, you put the work to get it back to where you were. But there is also the other aspect. You're surfing the wave of momentum. And when the time necessary to put more work in order to reach a very high level of performance, a higher level of performance than what you're usually doing, you have this ability to do it. And so don't be that guy that just, you're trying hard. The true question when you are training and so on, you're not in competition environment, what is my performance level when I don't even try? And this is your true level, not your try hard level. Your try hard level, yes, when you reach the point when you need to be performant, the fact that you're trying hard all the time will just break you. You won't be able to sustain the pressure. And that's a very big difference. So I could leave it there, but I want to give you something else. How do you build this momentum? How do you avoid to be this try-hard guy that actually never seems to get his head out of the water? And how could you be the guy that actually seems that success is easy for him? How could you be? This is about one small step after the other. Just put one small step in front of the other. This is a Kaizen way. What is the smallest thing I can do in order to keep moving forward? And you add up all these little things, one after another, until the point where everything compounds on itself, and you can surf this momentum wave. And this takes time. This is actually where, generally speaking, and I've been doing this mistake myself, if you are trying to catch up on time by doing more work and trying hard, you will end up failing because you didn't take the time to build this one small step after another momentum. Because if you are just doing one small step, but very small steps that are so easy that just the main issue is they are so easy not to do also. If you are doing these things, it doesn't require you much effort. And so you are always on this sensation, on this feeling that you can do more. You can do more. And so that's good. That's good. And you always need to find the balance. To not do too much, but also not too little. Because you still want to keep going. But yeah, I mean, that's very difficult to say because at the beginning, it just required a shit ton amount of effort. You shouldn't, you shouldn't count your hours. This is about as much effort as you possibly can, but at some point you need to become aware of the momentum you have built and understand where is your baseline. And then establish, okay, this is what my baseline looks like. And you need to spend 80% of your time focusing on improving this baseline. And then from the 20% of the time that is left, focus on the highest performance possible. And actually, it can be translated in any field. It's not just about sport. It's just what is our baseline, and we are focusing much of our time improving this baseline. how worst we can perform on our bad day. We are improving that. And then we are focusing on actually what's our best performance when we need to perform. How much are we able to perform when we need it the most? That's a high intensity focused training. And yes, that can be applied to anything, business, sport, any field, any mastery that you want to perform. So yeah, I think that's it for today. That's a good random talk. Maybe I will put it in some other playlist. What would it be? Maybe the mastery playlist? Could it great? Yeah, it could be great in the mastery playlist. So maybe I will change it. At the beginning, I wanted to make it in the random talk, but now I want to make it in the mastery. Mastery could be good. Yes, good. Yeah, mastery is about success, actually. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time for another video. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.